Welcome everyone to Old Man Wisdom. I'd like to welcome all you Forex traders who are striving to do better in their trading, and of course hopefully I can be at least some assistance to you in that regard. Today we're going to answer an interesting question that has been raised by one of my subscribers, which is, why does the multi-time frame moving average look so different on the 1 hour chart compared to the daily chart? And of course, why do I even use a multi-time frame moving average indicator, and why do I look at a higher time frame but enter my trades on a lower time frame? So all of these questions I'm going to try and answer for you today, and hopefully you'll find it interesting and maybe beneficial to your Forex trading. So let's have a look then. Let's have a look at this chart. Over here is a daily chart. This is the Euro USD on the daily chart. And I thought about how I'm going to show this. But so this red line here is a 20 simple moving average set to close. It's as simple as that. There's nothing much more complicated about it. We'll make the line a bit thicker for you in case you can't see it very well on your screen. So this is the 20 simple moving average, and this red line over here on the 1 hour chart is also a 20 simple moving average. Let's just show that. So this too is a 20 simple moving average, and you'll see that the simple moving average on the 1 hour chart is very different to the one on the daily chart. It moves much quicker, and of course plots in a different way. So the blue line here is a little indicator that I use, which is a MTF, or multi-time frame moving average. It takes the daily moving average, the daily 20 simple moving average set to close, but plots it on the 1 hour chart. And you'll see that it looks completely different. This blue line here doesn't look anything like the red line, the proper simple moving average, and it doesn't look like anything like the simple moving average on the daily chart either. But if we zoom in and analyze it just for a moment, you'll see that although it doesn't look the same, it's telling the same story. And I'm going to explain why. So today is the 3rd of November 2021, and I've put the period separators on so you can see that this is today, this is Wednesday. And on the daily chart, this candle here is also representing today, which is Wednesday. And you'll notice that this bar for today is under the 20 simple moving average. So today's bar is under the 20 simple moving average. And if you go over to the 1 hour chart, today's candles have all completely been under this blue line, which is again a 20 simple moving average plotted from the 1 day chart but painted on the 1 hour chart. Not once has any of these candles gone above the blue simple moving average. And over here, this candle hasn't even touched, and certainly not gone above, the 20 simple moving average. But let's look at the day before. This is Tuesdays. This is the 2nd of November. This is really interesting because this candle started above the 20 simple moving average and ended below the 20 simple moving average. If we go over to the 1 hour chart, you'll see that the candles indeed started above this blue line, just as it did on the 1 day chart. It does so on the 1 hour chart. The bars are above it, and of course it ends up below the blue line, below the multi-time frame moving average. I'm going to remove this red one actually because it's of no use to us. It doesn't represent in any way on the 1 hour chart what the same moving average is doing on the 1 day chart. It's very different. So we're going to just remove it. It's this blue line, this blue indicator that we're interested in. It represents what price is doing on the 1 day chart, on the daily chart. But I can see it on the 1 hour chart. So without looking at the daily chart, when price closed on Tuesday below this blue line, I knew without looking that price was below the 20 moving average on the daily chart. And look, that's exactly what did happen. So really, this indicator simply removes the issue of changing time frames all the time, back and forth, checking, is price below the moving average on the daily chart? Because I want to take my entries and exits from the 1 hour chart. So we look at the other example then. This was Monday. So Monday was this bar here. I'll put a line through it. Look, that was the bar. You'll notice that price started below the 20 simple moving average. It started below it, and it ended and closed above the 20 simple moving average on the 1 day chart, on the daily chart. So it started below and ended up above. So if we look, that's exactly what my 1 hour chart is showing me, that price opened below this blue line, below the 20 simple moving average, and ended the day closed above the moving average. Although this line does not look the same as this one on the daily chart, it actually represents the same thing but on the 1 hour chart. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I mean, I hope it does, but it might not do. We'll look at one more example. This was Friday. So this big bar here was Friday. Price started way above the 20 simple moving average and closed quite considerably below the 20 simple moving average. If we go over to the 1 hour chart, you'll see that price started quite considerably above and ended quite considerably below this blue line, or this 20 simple moving average. So I think it's very, very effective. It just saves me the hassle of comparing two time charts. So I don't have to look at the daily chart like over here and then flick it to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, I don't have to keep doing that. I can just use this one chart and I know exactly what price is doing on the daily chart in comparison to the 20 simple moving average. So it's really just a time-saving exercise as to why I use this, but also the reason why it's plotted on the 1 hour chart is because I can take my entries and exits on the 1 hour chart, knowing where the simple moving average is on the 1 day chart. It's quite simple, really. And the other nice thing about it is that this simple moving average plotted here on the 1 hour chart also serves as a support and resistance line, just as it would on the daily chart. So sometimes you can set your stop loss just above or just below, but if we scroll back, you'll see that price uses this daily simple moving average as a support and resistance sometimes. There's quite a few examples. If I scroll back, you see here, look, it's bouncing off of it. It bounces off of it here. And it bounces off of it here. So it can be used almost as a support and resistance as well, but a dynamic one that moves and changes each day according to what the daily chart is doing with the 20 simple moving average. So I don't know, I hope I've made it a little bit clearer. I hope I haven't complicated it even more for you, but it's just a simple indicator that I like to use, and I use it in order to tell me really where the trend is. So if price is below the moving average, I'm looking for sell trades. And if price is above the moving average, I'm looking to buy. That's the other reason why I like it on my chart, on the 1 hour chart. So you see here that it's the 1 day 20 simple moving average, but it's simply plotted on the 1 hour chart. So it doesn't look the same, and it's not supposed to look the same. Even though in some regards, you'll notice here for the few days, price looks quite flat, or the line looks quite flat on the simple moving average. And here, again, the line is flat. So it does kind of follow, if you like, what it's doing a little bit. You see how the line is coming down? And here the line was coming down. But obviously it's on a much smaller time frame. So you would have to really zoom out in order to see, there you go, look, the trend. Just as it's coming down here on the daily chart, it's coming down here on the 1 hour chart. But as one of my subscribers rightly mentioned, it looks very different, and you know, it can be quite confusing sometimes as to why I would put it on my chart. But I use it simply to tell me where the overall trend is on the daily chart without having to flick between the 1 hour and the daily time frames. So it's a very simple reason. It's quite effective. I really like using it. It's not for everybody, of course, but it's something that I enjoy. I like it on my chart. It keeps my trading very simple. And of course, if it's of any benefit to you, then you can download it from my website at oldmanwisdom.co.uk. And of course, like I say, if it's of use to you, then feel free to use it. If it simplifies your trading like it does for me, then you might find it beneficial. So I hope this video has made sense. If it doesn't, then please comment below. Or maybe if you use another indicator that finds the trend for you a lot easier, by all means comment below. Let us all know what you use, and you know, we're all here to improve our trading for each other. So hopefully this video has helped rather than hindered you. And if you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, then please do. The channel is slowly growing, and it's so nice to see your different comments about what you think of the content that I produce. And of course, I want to continue doing that. So thank you for listening. In the meantime, enjoy your week. There'll be an update video of this week and what hopefully will happen next week in the market on the Euro USD. And until the next video, everyone take care and happy trading.